Welcome back to Yoga with Tim. I'm Tim, and today we're going to do the total body yoga workout. Start off lying down on your back with the soles of the feet together and the knees wide apart. Begin by grounding yourself in the body by feeling the sensation of stretch across your inner legs and your hips and noticing the movement of the breath. Feel your belly rise and fall. If you've been enjoying the channel, I'd just like to remind you to subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, and if you can donate, any small amount helps. You can do that on the main page of Yoga with Tim on YouTube. Okay, now back to the yoga. Bring your knees together. Take your feet outer hips distance apart. And take your arms in a goalpost position. As you inhale, arch your lower back. As you exhale, flatten your lower back, round it out, tuck the pelvis under. So moving the pelvis now, inhale to move the pubic bone away from you. And exhale to pull the pubic bone towards your chest and flatten your lower back. Now stretch your chin away from your chest, opposite curve of the neck. And inhale into the lower back curve as your chin comes towards your chest. Keep moving with your breath now. Inhale to arch the lower back. Exhale to flatten. Then inhale into neutral. Grab the sides of your sticky mat. And let's get into working the abdominals. Try to keep the lower spine in its neutral position as you bring the right leg up and the left leg up to meet the right. Try not to let your hips twist around. Keep the pubic bone where it is. Slowly stretch the right leg forward and lower it. And bring it back up. Left leg. Reach the left leg forward. Slowly lower. Bring it back up. And right leg. Stretch the leg forward. Try not to let the pelvis fall or the chest narrow. Keep going side to side now. Keep the neck long and the tailbone lengthened out of the lower back. Keep the inner arms turned towards the outer arms, externally rotated. Now bring the knees together, take the arms up. Keeping your back ribs down, slowly stretch your right leg forward and your left arm back. Back up. Change sides as you exhale. Inhale, back up. Exhale, change sides. Inhale, back up. Exhale, change sides. Inhale, back up. Exhale, change sides. Inhale, back up. Now keep going with your exhalation, slowly from side to side. But notice my middle doesn't move at all. It's like a brick. Try to keep the middle steady. Try not to clench the jaw or the tongue. Instead, cinch on the middle. Then bring the hands to the sides, legs back in the tabletop. Lower the right heel and stretch the right leg out. Bring the heel towards your buttock and back up. Lower the left heel and stretch the leg out. Bring the left heel back in and up. Right heel and forward, like it's tracking with your buttock bone. Back up. Left heel down and forward. Then slowly back up. Right heel down and forward. Slowly back up. Left heel down and stretch forward. Now take the right leg straight up. Slowly scissor the legs. Slowly scissor the legs. If you feel your pelvis getting yanked all around or your lower back lifting, go back to bent knees or take a break if you need to. Otherwise, stay with it. Keep your navel in. Don't let it lift as you're changing sides. Keep the neck long. Keep going with the legs. Then bring the legs to tabletop, lift and twist to your right knee, and send your left leg forward. Inhale back to center, exhale to the left. Inhale to center, exhale to the right. Collarbones stay broad to the left. Inhale to center and exhale to the right. Exhale to the left. Exhale to the right. Exhale to the left. Exhale to the right. Exhale to the left. Over to the right. Back to the left. Now, as you go to the right, reach the hand to the outside of the ankle and straighten the leg. Same thing to the left side. Try to make the movement smooth and coordinated. Stay calm. Keep using your core. Now lift up to your knees and stretch your legs forward. Ardha Navasana, hold here. See if you can lower your legs a bit lower without your navel lifting. Then bring the legs straight back up. One more time. Slowly lower the legs a third of the way. Maybe 6 more inches. Knees straight if you can. Back up. Last one. Lower the legs a third of the way. Another 6 inches. Then hug your knees into your chest. Keep the right knee hugged in as the left leg stretches out along the floor. Change legs. Hug the left knee in as you stretch your right leg out. Then set the feet down, mat's distance apart, arms go wide, let your knees fall over to the left. Try to keep the right shoulder down. Back to center, over to the right. Bring the knees back to center. Roll over to your right side and press yourself up to seated. Now come onto the hands and the knees. Place the hands underneath the shoulders and turn your hands around so the fingers point back and the thumbs point out. Take the hands like another inch wider so that you make sure that your hands are shoulder distance apart. Now stretch the left leg back without twisting or sinking. Then change legs, stretch the right leg back, try not to sink or twist, keep the spine long like when you're on the floor. Then turn your hands around. Press down firmly through your hands, same deal, stretch the right leg back without sinking or twisting. Bring the left leg back to meet it, plank pose. Press the heels back firmly. Now bring your right knee to your right armpit, then to your chest, then to your left armpit. Inhale the leg back. Change sides, left knee to your left armpit, chest, and right armpit. Inhale the leg back. Exhale, right armpit, chest, left armpit. Inhale back. Keep the spine long. Left knee, chest, right armpit. Inhale your leg back. Now come into side plank. Roll into the outer edge of your right foot. Take your left arm up. Press through your heels. Bring your head back into alignment with the spine. Slowly come back to plank pose. You can stagger the feet like I'm showing, or you can stack the feet like we normally do. Slowly come back to plank pose. Set the knees down. Lower down onto your belly. Now stretch your legs and come into low cobra. Lift the right leg up just an inch from the inner thigh. Try not to sink into your lower back. Keep lifting up through your belly. Then change legs. Lift the left leg up from the inner thigh. Lift both legs up from the inner thigh. Move the elbows towards the pinky toes. Keep lengthening. Stretch the legs actively. Good. Then lower down. Curl the toes under. Lift up to plank pose. Press back slowly to dog pose. Inhale to plank pose. Exhale, slowly stretch back to down dog. Stability and control. Keep the length in your spine. Inhale to plank. Exhale, slowly back to your dog. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, dog pose. Again, inhale, plank pose. Exhale, stretch back to dog. Then walk your feet up to the front of the mat. Fold forward at the top of the mat. Place the hands on the outer hips, root down into your heels. Inhale, come up to stand. Release your arms to your side. As you press down through your heels, grow tall up over your ankles. Sandwich in on the lower spine as you exhale, from the front and from the back. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, flat back, Ardha. Plant the hands, step back, plank. Set the knees down, shift forward and lower slowly. Inhale into low cobra. Exhale, lower the chest, push straight up to plank. Downward facing dog. Step your right foot all the way up to your right thumb. Come up onto the fingertips, hug your right hip in. Now float the arms up, crescent. Bend your back knee, lower your arms to your side. Lengthen the tailbone, lift your navel. Now simultaneously lift your back leg, lift through your lower back, and raise your arms. Slowly bend your knee and lower the arms. Inhale, lift up again. Exhale, slowly lower. Keep your right hip tracking with your right ankle. Inhale, reach your arms. Exhale, slowly lower the back knee. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, reach. And hold. Bring the hands back to the mat. Step back to plank. Take your hands wider than the mat, lower like an old school push-up, and press back up. Then bring the hands into the middle, press back to dog pose. Step your left foot all the way up to your left thumb. Come up onto your fingertips and stretch your chest forward. Now raise your arms up, crescent. Drop the arms to the side, lower the knee. If you're a little too long of the stance, you might have to wiggle the foot forward like I did. Then inhale, raise your arms as you stretch your back leg. Exhale, slowly lower. Keep your navel in. Lift through your lower back as you stretch the leg and lift the side chest. Exhale, lower. Stay grounded through the left heel. Inhale, reach. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale to lower. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to lower. Last one. Inhale, reach up and hold. Then bring the hands back down. Step back. Take the hands wider than the mat. Lower slowly with the elbows wide. Then lift back up. Bring the hands in. Press back to down dog. Walk the feet up to the front of the mat. And inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale into chair pose. Bring your arms to your side as you stand up tall. Again, inhale, chair pose, bend your knees and sit back, stretch your arms. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Plant your hands and step back to plank pose. Lower the knees, lower slowly. Inhale into low cobra. Exhale, push up into plank. Downward facing dog. Step the right foot up to the right thumb. Hug your right hip in, then float your arms back behind you. Keeping your right hip hugged in, lean out over your right leg and step up to balance, warrior three. Press down as evenly as you can into your right foot, the heel, the big toe mound, the little toe mound. Firm the right outer hip in over the ankle. Level the hips. Now bend your right knee and step back, crescent, and inhale your arms up. Bring your hands back down. Plant the left hand and take the right arm up. Twist. Plant the hand flat. Step back, plank pose. Press straight back to down dog. Step your left foot up. Pin your hip in. Inhale the arms back behind you and hold. Step up to balance on your left leg. Try not to let your left hip twist out. Pin the left outer hip in. And as you press evenly through your left foot, lift up your navel and move your sternum forward. Collarbones broad, shoulder blades on the back. Stretch your back leg. Now bend the left knee, take a big step back. Inhale, crescent, raise the arms. Exhale the hands down, the right hand plants, the left arm reaches up. Turn your chest, keep turning, revolve. Turn from above the navel. Then bring the left hand back down. Step back to plank pose. Glide back to down dog. Bend your knees, jump or step to the front of the mat, and inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, chair pose. Then press to stand, Tadasana Mountain. Bring your right knee up to your chest. Continue to hold the right knee or take your right big toe out in front of you. But see if you can find a straight line from your left ankle all the way up to your crown, like you're still doing mountain pose, Tadasana. Then rebend your knee. Put your left hand on the outside of the knee and twist. Look forward and raise your arms up. Lift the knee up higher and stretch the leg straight out in front of you. Keep pressing to the left heel, and instead of leaning back, lift up over the front of the left ankle. Lower your right leg, bring your hands to your side. Bring the left knee up. Stay there with the left knee up or take your left big toe. Stretch your leg. Then rebend the knee. Twist, put your right hand on the outside of your knee, take your left arm back behind you. Look forward and raise your arms up. Lift your left knee up higher, then stretch the left leg straight out. Slowly lower the left leg to meet the right. Release your arms to your side. Inhale your arms up as you sit back into chair. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Plant the hands, step back. Set the knees down and lower slowly. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, press back up. Downward facing dog. Step your right foot up. Now spin your right foot in, walk your hands around, come into Prasarita Padottanasana. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, walk the hands over towards the right ankle. Breathe into the left side body. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, walk your hands over to your left ankle. Inhale back to center. Stretch your chest forward, lengthen. Then walk your hands around to the right as you turn your right foot all the way out. Pivot your left foot in slightly. Plant your hand on the block. Now hug your right hip in, and as you lift your chest, take your left arm all the way overhead. So it's a good idea when you practice to always have a block, a strap, and a blanket handy. I often use a block when I do standing postures. So now taking the block, place the block a foot in front of your pinky toe and step up to balance. If you're on your fingertips, way up behind the fingertips is not the worst thing. Hug your right hip in, start to open up. One of the benefits of being able to plant the hand flat, though, is it helps to lengthen the nerves. Now bend your right knee, step back, and take the left arm all the way over. Walk your hands back to center. Inhale to lengthen. Then spin the feet as you walk your hands to the inside of the left ankle. Plant the left hand flat. Lift and turn your chest. And take your right arm overhead. If it feels like your chest is still sinking, you might have to lift up onto the fingertips on top of the block, or even take the block up a notch. So just notice, based on your proportions, the length of your arms, how open your hips are. Now put the left hand a foot in front of your pinky toe and step up to balance. So as you hold here, work on firming the left hip. Find your Tadasana line from your back ankle out to your crown. Then bend your left knee, step back, extended side angle. Bring the right hand down, walk around back into Prasarita Padottanasana, and fold forward. And down, walk the hands back. Ideally, the heel of the hand comes slightly behind the heel of the foot, and let the head go down. If your head goes all the way down, move your elbows in and lift your shoulder blades. Maybe you can lean the weight into your head and float the legs up. If you took your legs up, now split the legs wide apart, and with control, slowly lower your legs back down to your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, walk around back to the front of the mat and step back to dog. Then set the knees down, sit back into child's pose. Inhale, come back up into hands and knees. Then lower down on your belly, Shalabhasana. Stretch the arms back, lift the head, chest, legs up. Reach back strong through your big toes. And as you lift up on your inner thighs, move the buttock bones towards the backs of the knees. Lift your navel and stretch your side chest forward. Then plant the hands at your side under your elbows. Press into upward facing dog. Roll the chest forward and up. Glide back to down dog. Come to seated. Then lie down on your back. Grab a hold of the sides of the sticky mat. Lift your hips up, bridge pose. Slowly lower your hips down, take a breath. And as you exhale again, lift the hips up, engage the backs of the legs. Then inhale, slowly lower. Exhale, again lift your hips up, press down into your heels, squeeze the backs of the legs. Slowly lower the hips down. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. Bring your left knee towards your chest. And change the cross of the legs. And then set your right foot down, keeping your left ankle crossed over, spread the arms wide. Inhale the legs slowly over to the right. If you have a tight lower back, it might be intense to try to set the left foot all the way down on the floor. You could always put something underneath it, like a block, a pillow. Turn the gaze towards the left hand. Breathe into the sensation in the hip. The twist that you're feeling. Use your inhalation to lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, see if you can move a little bit deeper into the twist. Inhale, come back to center. Change sides, cross the right ankle over. And as you inhale, let the legs go to the left. Bring your knees back to center. Then stretch your legs out one at a time for corpse pose. Thanks for watching. Make sure to take at least 5 minutes today in corpse. Namaste.